All right, Truth Seekers, welcome back. I see Dave in the chat. Hello, Dave. Again, we covered this yesterday, went through and updated some things that needed to be updated. But let's review what we talked about yesterday plus build on it. So again, it's the second round of the PGA playoffs. There's 3 rounds. Next weekend will be the conclusion. This second round is the BMW Championship. And a couple things stand out about BMW and the end date of this tournament, which was moved up to August this year. Typically, it's in September. First of all, it ends on a date with a life lesson number of 38, and BMW's 38. Also, August 18th can be written 18/8, like 188, and BMW stands for Bavarian Motor Works. There's also the Bavarian Illuminati. Bavarian Illuminati is 188. Of course, the U.S. dollar bill denominations, the 1, the 2, the 5, the 10, the 20, the 50, the 100, they add up to 188. I noticed one golfer that has a big 188 connection. He's kind of a long shot, but could be worth keeping in mind. We'll get to that. And the primary date numerology, 65, 38, 29. All of those numbers break down to 11. BMW is also 11. The tournament, the day it ends, is the day leaving 135 days left in the year. The town that it's in is Medina, Illinois. Maybe pronounced Medina. Either way, 135. And again, tournament ends on the day leaving 135 days left in the year. This tournament is in Illinois annually. Illinois is also 99, like the day the Bavarian Illuminati was established, a date with 99 numerology, now that I think about it. But that could be important. The fact that the town that it's in and the name of the course and the end date. So first time this course has ever been used. It's always in Illinois, but the first time this course for this tournament. If you write out the BMW Championship and what's considered our most pure cipher, 94. Again, out of the last 7 winners of this tournament, 5 have had a connection to 94. 4 of them through their name. One of them, the tournament was scheduled to end 94 days after their birthday. And that year there was rain on Sunday, so the tournament did finish on a Monday, technically 95 days after his birthday, but I still think the winner, the tournament was supposed to end Sunday, which would have been 94 days after his birthday. I don't think that's any accident. Also, important, BMW Championship is 79 and 74. This year the course equals 74 and 79. So that could be a big deal. 74, 79. Again, first year they've used this course. First time the tournament's been in August. And BMW, the key acronym in the tournament name, so we're going to keep in mind all the BMW numbers. But typically, winners, they have a connection to the tournament or a connection to the course or both. Again and again, we keep seeing that be the pattern. The people that are up at the top of the leaderboard, they connect to the tournament name, they connect to the course name. In light of the course summing to 241, that's the 53rd prime. 53 is the 16th prime. BMW is also 16. Maybe it makes that more significant this year. Medina, Illinois happens to sum to 153, like the Illuminati. I don't know how far they're going to go with these Illuminati numbers, but it does have a really interesting connection. Again, Bavarian Illuminati. So, Bavarian Motor Works. If I see a bunch of 13s show up on the leaderboard on day 1 of the tournament, I'm going to know what's up with the 13s. But, again, I think as we go through, the number still to focus on is 94. 5 out of the last 7 winners, that's been the number. What's different this year is it's just the tournament's been moved to in August and a new course. Course they haven't used before. So, also interesting is that playoffs equals 116, like Bavarian Motor Works. So that could matter. Last week, we saw the history of the tournament. Last week was the first round of the playoffs. Playoffs is 37. The word last week was Liberty National Course. Liberty 37, that 37 had a history of connecting to winners at that course. So perhaps this week the 116 is the more significant playoff number. The last winners, Keegan Bradley last year, Mark Leishman the year before, Dustin Johnson prior to that, Jason Day in 2015, Billy Horschel 2014, Zach Johnson 2013, Rory McIlroy 2012. I didn't go back further than that, but I see that even the year before that was a Johnson as well. It was Dustin Johnson again. Johnson sums to 94 like the BMW Championship. Tiger Woods won it a decade ago. And Tiger Woods has a nice connection to the course. Won it in 2007 as well. So Keegan Bradley, who's the defending champion, his name's 241. Last year it wasn't on this course. We often see people who've played well in tournaments do well, consistently. It's consistently again in the same tournament, same course. The 241 is interesting for him this year because this year that also connects to the course name. It's not the course he played on when he won it, but this year his name does connect to the course. And the surname Bradley is 31, the 11th prime. BMW's 11. When he won it, that was the year the tournament was scheduled to end 94 days after his birthday, that Sunday. The BMW Championship 94. The year prior to that, Leishman, M. Leishman, his scorecard name, 94. Notice Mark Leishman's also 116 like Bavarian Motorworks. Mark Leishman's 53, the 16th prime BMW 16. And the year he won it, it was Conway Farms Golf Club, which equals 81. So he had a connection to the tournament name and the course. Dustin Johnson. Johnson's 94, like the BMW Championship. D. Johnson, that's the other thing I should point out actually about his name. D. Johnson equals 99 and 117. Illinois equals 99 and 117. And again, this tournament is always in Illinois. So that could be part of the riddle with him as well. Jason Day, he had the loosest connections out of any recent winners. Jason Day's 89, the 11th Fibonacci number, BMW's 11. Jason Day is 127, like the Bavarian Illuminati's 127. I mean, maybe. Again, it's Bavarian Motorworks tournament. J Day's also 68, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Last week's winner, first round of the playoffs. Defending champion of that tournament. Or he'd won that tournament in recent history, but he had that FedEx Cup playoffs connection. And this is a typo right here. I should put the part about the Bavarian Illuminati here. Okay. Let me see. Somebody just sent a bunch of text messages. Let me just see if they're in the chat. Sending something for golf. No, it's something about the shooting. Okay. So Jason Day, he's had the weakest connections in my opinion in out of the recent winners. Billy Horschel, he's got the 68 like the FedEx Cup playoffs, just like J Day. And keep in mind golf is 68 as well. He had the 43 and 38 in his last name. Horschel's 43-38, BMW's 43-38. And then 2013, 2012, both men with surnames with 94 like the BMW Championship. And we saw in 2010 it was a Johnson as well. So, 94, it tracks. Again, Jon Rahm, this is going to be his 74th tournament. The name of the tournament, the name of the course. They're both 74, and they're both 79 as well. So again, Koepka's the favorite. Koepka's 38 like BMW. Tournament ends on the 38 date. Koepka's also 31, the 11th prime. BMW's 11. And I don't think I emphasized that up here. The name Johnson. Johnson has the 94 connection and the 31 connection. Could be why we've seen so many Johnsons in recent years. 31, the 11th prime, also connecting to BMW. McIlroy, who won here in 2012. He's got the 94. Dustin Johnson. His name's 169 like BMW Championship as well. Again, we know about Johnson in 94. We know about Johnson in 31. Jon Rahm. It's his 74th tournament. The tournament name's 74. The course name's 74. It's also 79 for both. Jon Rahm's 79. And Rahm is 68 like FedEx Cup playoffs as well. Like golf. Jon Rahm's also 38 like BMW. J. Rahm's also 31, the 11th prime like BMW. So I really like his narrative. Out of these guys who are at the top of the card, his numbers are strong. What he is missing is the 94, but I suspect he plays well. And actually, never mind. Disregard that. Something else you can think about is just 7 days from now for all these guys' birthdays, because next week's the final round of the playoffs. So it might be good to be thinking a week ahead, too. Justin Rose, who's won here before, it begins 16 days after his birthday this year. BMW 16. J. Rose is 68, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Cantlay, Pete Cantlay's 43, like BMW. Justin Thomas, his name's 74 and 169 like BMW Championship. And Justin Thomas is also 43 like BMW. Ricky Fowler, his scorecard name, R. Fowler's 38 and 43. BMW's 38 and 43. Again, this year the tournament ends on a 38 date numerology. Fowler's also 79 like BMW Championship, like the name of the course. So just notice that I didn't note next to everybody that the course name is 74 and 79 because, again, I noted that at the top, and I really wanted people to, pound that home that, okay, 74 and 79 connects to the course and the tournament, and so often winners have the connection to both. Tommy Fleetwood, his name's 191, the 43rd prime. BMW's 43. We have seen the prime number relationships matter. Webb Simpson, he's got the 38-43 connection like BMW. Tiger Woods, who's won this tournament twice in the last 12 years. Tiger Woods is 135, forwards and backwards. Tournament ends on the day, leaving 135 days left in the year. Medina's 135. And it will also end a span of 135 days from his upcoming birthday. So, Tiger started strong in the season with the Masters. Hasn't really done much since then. I saw him on TV about a month ago talking about how the Masters took it all out of him. I was like, oh, God. So, I don't know. I don't know if that was him saying that's all he gets this year, but he does have a nice alignment with that 135 for this one. And he does have a history of success here. If he won again, it would be his third win in 13 years. And again, when you write out 13, I should make a note about that. Tiger could win for a third time in 13 years in this tournament. And 13 is 99 like Illinois. And again, Bavarian Illuminati established May 1st, 1776, date with 99 numerology, but with 13 families. So, have to see what Tiger does on day one. If Tiger's in contention, he's definitely an interesting narrative. Schauffele. Guys got me working on my pronunciation. Schauffele is 86. The BMW Championship's also 86. Molinari, 53, 16th prime, BMW 16. Adam Scott, the tournament will end 137 days after his birthday, just because, that's a special number there. I just document that. Scott's also 31, the 11th prime, like BMW. And caller?
Hey, Zach, good evening. How you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Quick question. In regards to the 135 connection, did you notice, I'm driving, so I couldn't get on here and see. Did you notice anyone with a 5/13 birthday?
May 13th birthday. Well, hold on. I can figure this out real quick. That is a good thought. I didn't think about that, but hold on. Let me figure out how many days that would be from May 13th to the start of the tournament, because then I can search for that number in the document, see if anybody had that.
Okay.
So, you know what? Nobody had that. Nobody had a May 13th birthday that I came across, because I would remember, because that would be so perfect. And I don't think I missed anybody. I think I got everyone in this tournament, but that's 94 days before the start of the tournament, the big magic number.
Oh, okay. Just something else that crossed my mind. Birthday 135. Oh, did you find a relation? You said 5 out of 7 had, such and such numbers. What about the other two? Did you see any relationship to the other two?
For the BMW championship?
Yes, you said 5 out of 7, but I guess there's 2 of them that did not have the same exact relationship to the numbers. I was wondering what those numbers were.
Okay, so the BMW championship, in the most pure cipher, it's 94, and that's the one that seems to really track. In the other ciphers, with the alphabetic order, it's 202. With the reverse alphabetic order, it's 284. And with the reverse alphabetic order and rules of numerology, it's 86. And again, be sure to open up this. I heard you say you're driving, so you can't right now, but be sure to open this up and look at it with your own eyes. I just tried to key in on the numbers that seem to have hit in recent history and highlight who has those numbers. So
makes sense. And were you able to, I know sometimes with the previous decodes, I've always done very well with golf, so I have no complaints, but were you able to get down to the lower tier to see if, kind of like how that guy Varner popped up last time?
Well, this time I was sure to go through the whole list of golfers on the odds sheet. I didn't want to skip anybody because Varner had awesome numbers last week. He was at the lowered thing, so I didn't decode him at the start.
It does happen.
Yeah, he had the numbers.
I put Scott, Poulter, and all the people that did okay. I don't know where Scott came from. It's like 3 days straight, he was nowhere on the board. And then that last day he popped in there.
Well, to me it was so weird because he was like, for some reason he was in my mind. His face just kept showing up in his name and articles I was just scanning. And then I didn't decode him. But then as soon as I saw him up there, I put him out. I was like, look at his numbers, man. He's got the numbers. So
yeah, that was lovely how he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you. Just checking about that 5/13 date.
All right. Yeah. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that I have. Pretty sure that I got everybody that's in this tournament in this thing. But God, if somebody was out there that's not in here that had a May 13th birthday, it's funny that that's 94 days before the start of the tournament. And he's saying May 13th because it's 13/5, like 135, like how Medina's 135. And the tournament ends on the day, leaving 135 days left in the year. But, is there like a way to do it? PGA golfer, May 13th birthday is a way to pull it up. Just make sure there's not somebody in this tournament. No. Okay, but yeah, I would have remembered that if anybody's birthday was 94 days after, because I was looking for that and it didn't come up. So, and I don't think anybody's birthday, I don't think the tournament ended on anybody's 94 days after on their 94th day the way it is scheduled this year. So that was too bad, but there are people with the name. Okay, so coming back down to where we were, Jason Day. Again, Jason Day, J-Days, 68, like FedEx Cup Championship. This year, the tourney will end 86 days before his birthday, and the BMW Championship is 86. The reflection is 68. Jason Day, he has won here before as well. Jason Day's 89, the 11th Fibonacci number. BMW's 11. So, okay. DeChambeau. I think I got it right today. DeChambeau. DeChambeau's 38 like BMW. And Bavarian Motorworks is 251. The 54th prime. DeChambeau's also 54. For now, I just really didn't see anything going on with Finau. So I almost just want to run his numbers again. Usually there's something. Finau. Finau. Well, he's got 37 like playoffs. Tony Finau. I guess I can dot his playoffs 91 as well. Whoops, spelled it wrong, but no, it's just 37. I guess I can just make that little note that he's got a playoffs connection, but I think last week was the week for the 37, just because last week was Liberty, the course, and Liberty's 37 too. All right, so Matt Kuchar, I forget, I got corrected on this name. I normally say Kuchar, but I know the guy didn't like that yesterday. Anyway, Kuchar, that's it. Matt Kuchar. He's won here before. His name's 116 like Bavarian Motorworks. And playoffs is also 116. The tournament will end 58 days after his birthday, that big Freemasonry number. Spieth, Jordan Spieth, 68. FedEx Cup's playoffs is 68. Spieth's also 31, the 11th prime, BMW 11. He played well last week. Matsuyama, didn't see anything. Patrick Reed, who won last week, I didn't see anything. Well, you know what? I should mention this. Tourney will end 13 days after his birthday. And 13 equals 99. Illinois is 99. Just in case there's some sort of Bavarian Illuminati tribute going on here for the Bavarian Motorworks tournament. Morikawa, C. Morikawa, the scorecard name is 94, like the BMW Championship. Morikawa is also 53, the 16th prime, like BMW. The tournament will end on his 194th day of his age. Maybe I should note that. I don't really like to... I'm not a big fan of equating like a number like 194 with 94, but because his name does have the 94 and it's been so big in this tournament, I'm just going to jot it down just in case we see that guy up at the top at the end of the thing. So, Horschel. The tournament begins 251 days after his birthday. I missed that before. Bavarian Motorworks is 251. And so he has a nice start actually for his birthday to the tournament. Bavarian Motorworks 251 days after his birthday. Billy Horschel's 68 like FedEx Cup playoffs. Horschel's also 38 and 43 like BMW's 38 and 43. Lowry, Shane Lowry, who won the British Open, begins 135 days after his birthday, the tournament. Medina's 135. It'll end 138 days after his birthday. The tournament begins on the day, leaving 138 days, but I think 135 is more the focus. S. Lowry's 31, the 11th prime, BMW's 11. Uthusian, however you say it, his name's 53, the 16th prime, BMW's 16. Mark Leishman, who's won here. M. Leishman, 94, the BMW Championship 94. Mark Leishman, 53, 16th prime, BMW 16. Mark Leishman's 82 and 116. Bavarian Motorworks is 82 and 116. Gary Woodland, tournament begins 86 days after his birthday, the BMW Championship 86. Woodland's also 38 like BMW. The tournament will end 89 days after his birthday, the 11th Fibonacci. BMW's also 11. So he's interesting. The tournament will end a span of 31 days from Hunan's upcoming birthday. Again, 31, the 11th prime, BMW 11. Cabrera Bello. The tournament will begin 82 days after his birthday. And I already like this guy, and I missed something with that. So, 82 days. Bavarian Motorworks is 82. So, okay, it begins 82 days after his birthday. Rafael Cabrera Bello 74, BMW Championship 74. The name of the course is 74. R. Cabrera Bello's 86, like the BMW Championship. The tournament will end on his 86th day of his age. Again, like how his name has the 86 connection, the tournament. Cabrera Bello is also 94, the number we've seen in 5 out of the last 7 winners and 6 out of the last 9. And actually, I shouldn't say 6 out of the last 9 because I actually didn't check one of those in between. At least 6 out of the last 9. It's possible that one other guy did have a connection to 94 that year. And then it begins 82 days after his birthday, Bavarian Motorworks 82. So I liked him a lot yesterday. Now I'm just noticing one more thing. Ches Reavy, the tournament will end 86 days before his birthday. I didn't write down what 86 is because I'm assuming you know by this point. The BMW Championship is 86. Rory Sabatini, the tournament begins 135 days after his birthday. R. Sabatini, 76. FedEx Cup Playoffs, 76. Again, Medina's 135, where the tournament's at. Brant Snedeker finished well. We liked him a lot last week because he had an awesome birthday alignment. This week, what he has going is Snedeker's 135. Again, course name and the day the tournament ends. 135 days left in the year. B. Snedeker is also 38 like BMW. Ian Poulter, his scorecard name, I. Poulter's 116 like Bavarian Motorworks like playoffs. Poulter's also 82 like Bavarian Motorworks. And you know what else? I'm actually noticing one more thing about him right now. Maybe you're seeing it too. The Bavarian Illuminati equals 221. You know what? I'm having this deja vu moment last week. Not last week. Last season, God, it was early in the football season. Somebody called in and they're like, "What do you think about all these teams that could do this 221 thing? Because the Bavarian Illuminati's 221." I was like, I said that is interesting, but I just don't know if they give a tribute to the Bavarian Illuminati because it didn't seem like there was any reason for them to do it in the football week. Well, that caller who pointed that out, they were right because all the games that he pointed out with the 221 thing, they all went that way. And I was like, well, look at that. So this week, it probably would make a lot of sense, right? We're talking about the car company with Bavarian in it. And I remember that rapper, what was his name? XXX Tentacion. There was some story about how his mom wanted the BMW back that he was killed in. And it was synced up with Bavarian Motorworks and Bavarian Illuminati, the way they did that story. You have to go back and look, but I remember they did that. So, if you're still figuring out why I wrote 221, tournament will end on his 221st day of his age. So he's Mr. Bavarian Motorworks, this guy. I don't think anybody has a stronger connection. His scorecard name, his surname, and then the way the tournament lines up with his birthday. And again, Illinois is 99, like how the Bavarian Illuminati was established on a 99 date. Okay, M's 14, BMW's 43, the 14th prime. The tournament begins 138 days after M's birthday, which is interesting because that's the day leaving 138 days left in the year as well. So does he have a good first day? Maybe. He doesn't really have a lot going on, though. Matthew Wolf, I'm not sure he's playing this week, but he has a light connection. His name's 53, the 16th prime, BMW 16. I put some extra names up here just in case the odds. I just kept the names from last week. I went through the thing that said it had the complete odds for the tournament, all the way down to the guy who had 500 to 1 odds. And so I do think I have them on here plus some extras. So if you plug in any of these guys and you can't bet on them, it's possible it's that they're not playing. I might have some extra names on here. Better to be, safe than sorry. All right, Joaquin Neiman. Neiman's 38 like BMW, not a lot going on. Cockrack had a pretty good alignment last week. finished pretty strong. I guess I do see one thing for him. Tourney will end on his 89th day of his age. If any of you are like, how are you getting that? Because it says 85 days. Remember, this isn't the span. Oh, and I'm actually glad I said that because I realized something else about him. Okay, so it begins 85 days after his birthday or his 86th day of his age, and then the tournament will end on his 89th day of his age. I'm gonna go over this again tonight, make sure I didn't miss anything else. Try to get everything, but it seems like every time I look at it, I spot something I didn't spot before. The BMW Championship's 86, so it's interesting it begins on his 86th day of his age. And then, of course, 89, the 11th Fibonacci. The reason we're considering that is because Jason Day won, and pretty much his biggest connection to the tournament is the 89, I would say. So, okay. So he actually does have a little bit going on, but he did play well last week. A lot of times, guys who play well one week, they carry some momentum into the next week. Not always. This Tyrell Hatton. Now, he's Mr. Illuminati, this guy. Where's it at? See how his name's 188? The tournament will end 18/8. Bavarian Illuminati's 188. If you use the rule for H in reverse, his name would also be 82 because you can add +9 for that H, just like how you can add +9 for S in reduction. But Tyrell Hatton's 188 like Bavarian Illuminati, and then his name's 82 like Bavarian Motorworks. So maybe he does something. Sergio Garcia, S. Garcia's 31, the 11th prime, BMW's 11. Not a lot going on. But I am seeing one more thing. I missed that before. The Bavarian Illuminati equals 221. Tourney will end 221 days after his birthday. So he's got that type of thing going too. And, you know, I wouldn't put a lot of stock in the Bavarian Illuminati rituals, but if you see a whole bunch of like 13 again show up on day one, then you know that this is what they're doing. And if Tiger Woods is up there, remember, he could win his third tournament here in 13 years. So, and, you know, earlier this year when Tiger won the Masters, there were a bunch of reasons we liked it. One of them was part of the slavery riddle, because this year's the, you know, Acts 7:6 prophecy of slavery and being in a foreign land. Remember, Tiger equals 76, Woods is 76. Now that I think about it, FedEx Cup playoffs is 76. But the anniversary, the 400-year anniversary date is August 20th. So this will be the last PGA tournament before that date. So I wouldn't go crazy with Tiger Woods, but if he's up there first day, I think he might do it. So that'll be the clue. If you see Tiger Woods day one and just a bunch of 13 riddles, I think that's where it's going. But that's a possible narrative. For now, though, for your day one, I think you better get on your guys with the 94 connections. This week, Bubba Watson, his scorecard name's 94. So there are some guys with a lot better 94 riddles, but 94's been the big one at this tournament. Keisner's also 86, like the BMW Championship. Keisner's 76, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Keisner's also 31, the 11th prime, like BMW. Lucas Glover has the 135 connection. Again, the course, Medina. Medina's 135, ends on the day, leaving 135 days. And I think that's the reason they're probably playing this course. It's the first time they've ever played it. I almost want to... Here, I'll just throw out another abstract thought. So this isn't as good as the Bavarian Illuminati thought, which could play. But I'm just thinking about 13 and what could happen. Central Intelligence Agency equals 135, just like the woman who's the head of the CIA. Her name's 135. And if you write out CIA, it's 13. So I'm just thinking about how it's all lined up with the 135, the Bavarian Motorworks, the dates of the tournament. Just trying to think if we can get ahead of a big fat riddle, or at least catch it from early on. So again, you can still get good odds after day one. That's another way to play these tournaments too, is just wait till day one. You see the guys up there, because again, I mean, you can get those good odds then, and you can say, oh, okay, this guy has the strong connection, good chance he stays up here or even climbs to the very top. So, okay. This Smith guy, if he's still playing, the tournament's going to end on his birthday. A. Putnam, 86, like the BMW Championship. Next tier down, Bradley. It's actually really interesting that here I forgot to write this down for him. It's interesting that he's so far down in the odds because he's the defending champion. Medina course number 3 equals 241, and Keegan Bradley equals 241. So he has a nice connection to the course this year. And I just want to remind people, because there are new people here, watch what happens when I write in Medina course number 3. I'm going to show you what's wrong with this. Do you see how when I put the 3 in, it adds +3? I do recommend doing that as an alternative, but when this calculator was first built, Derek took my advice, and that was to make it so that numbers, when you add them, it doesn't add to the value. Because if you read a how-to Gematria book, if there's a number in a sentence, you're not supposed to add it in. It's considered taboo. So really, Medina course number 3 should be like that. You have to go to the options and go to number calculator and turn it off. So if you missed how I did that, you just go to options, off. But you can add the numbers. It seems that sometimes the riddles are that way. And actually, now that I see that, Medina course number 3 is also 82, like Bavarian Motorworks. But anyway, this one's considered more pure. And I don't think it's an accident that it's 74 and 79, and it's the first time they're playing this course for the BMW Championship. So I just wanted people to be clear in case they go punch it in and go, wait a minute, I got a different value. Did Zach make a mistake? And you know what else? You know what I've been sleeping on in light of thinking about this 13? Look at BMW Championship. It's 169, which has a square root of 13. And then they played in Illinois with the alphabetic order. Actually, Illinois is almost exactly like 13. Look what happens when I write in 13. You know, almost the exact same. So that's why I'm just wondering about Tiger maybe winning, because it'll be 3 and 13 years. Okay. So anyway, Keegan Bradley, he's the defending champion. He's got the connection to 11 like BMW. This year he has the connection to the course name. He didn't even have that when he won last time. So that is interesting. Jim Furyk, I'm not sure he's playing this week, but Furyk equals 54. Bavarian Motorworks 251, the 54th prime. Not much of a connection. S. Kim, he's got the 16 like BMW. And remember, the course name this year is 241, which is the 53rd prime, and 53 is the 16th prime. So I just wonder if we see some 16s show up more this year. Harmon. Brian Harmon's got the 54 connection. Again, 251, 54th prime. Answer, he has the right surname. 94 like the BMW Championship. The number connected to the most recent winners. Answer, also 31, the 11th prime like BMW. Hadwin, he's got the 31 name, again, 11th prime. S. Piercy, 94 like the BMW Championship. Piercy also 86 like the BMW Championship. Piercy 76 like FedEx Cup playoffs. And the tournament begins 74 days before his upcoming birthday. Again, BMW Championship 74, so is the name of the course. And for Stanley, the tournament will end a span of 94 days from his upcoming birthday. Again, I don't know if I've seen that, the upcoming span, but I just wanted to document anyway because 94 has been the number. But again, prioritize your 94s based on the other riddles they have going with them. So Mickelson, if he's playing, he's got the 38 connection like BMW. P. Mickelson's also 54, which connects back to Bavarian Motorworks. Bud Colley, 94. So he's got a nice name. He'd be a good value pick. Bud Colley's also 31, the 11th prime, BMW 11. Russell Henley, 68, like FedEx Cup playoffs, like golf. We often see the winners in the playoffs, or the people up there have that connection to FedEx Cup playoffs also. Emiliano Grillo, 79, like BMW Championship, like the name of the course. R. Knox, 53, the 16th prime, BMW 16. R. Knox is also 82, like Bavarian Motorworks. R. Palmer, 3843, BMW 3843. Kevin Strillman, the tournament will end a span of 79 days before his upcoming birthday. And again, BMW Championship 79, the name of the course is 79. Martin Laird, 79. Kevin Na, 76, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Kevin Na is also 31, the 11th prime, like BMW. The tournament will begin 31 days before his upcoming birthday as well. I guess rather than write the same thing twice, maybe just bold that. So he's got this double 31 thing going on, Kevin Na. Dylan Fertilli, the tournament will end on 74 days. I don't think I need that on in there. Tournament will end 74 days after his birthday. BMW Championship 74, the name of the course 74. That's why 74 and 79 are so important in this one, because it's the tournament name and the course name. Dylan Fertilli also 68, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Straka, he's got the 16, like BMW. There's not a lot of people that have just a name that equates to one of the lower numbers. So that is interesting about Straka. Tournament also begins 106 days after his birthday. And again, the course is 241, the 53rd prime. 53 is the 16th prime. Graham McDowell, his scorecard name, G. McDowell's 94. The big number with a lot of recent winners. Garnett's got the 76, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Garnett's also 31, the 11th prime, like BMW's 11. I guess for this guy, Taylor, tournament will end on 127th day of his age. And I'm pretty sure it's the Bavarian Illuminati. Let me make sure. Or maybe it's just without the. It's Bavarian Illuminati, 127. So I'm just going to make a note about it. Because Jason Day, who actually recently won, that was a connection he had, but I'm like, is that the reason why? I mean, maybe. Ah, I missed it for this guy, too. Funny that both of these guys are down here and the odds next to each other, and they both have similar types of things. So this Connors is 38 and 43. BMW's 38 and 43. The tournament begins 221 days after his birthday. Again, the Bavarian Illuminati. For Lashley, the tournament, or Lashley equals 82, like Bavarian Motorworks. And Watney, 74, like BMW Championship, like the name of the course. Vaughn Taylor, his scorecard name, 76, like FedEx Cup playoffs. So, again, to me... Oh, hold on, we got one more thing. We got one more tier to go through down here. Okay, so Harold Varner III, which I'm never going to forgive myself for not decoding last week. H. Varner III, 68, like FedEx Cup playoffs. Harold Varner III, 163, the 38th prime, BMW 38. And the tournament begins on his birthday. So that's interesting. And he played so well last week. And it seemed like last week, just going through the stuff before the start of the playoffs, it just seemed like his name was popping up too much. I can't believe I didn't decode his name as much as it just kept coming across. Maybe I didn't even realize that I hadn't decoded his name, honestly, because I wasn't sure when I saw he was up there. I was like, let me see. And I was like, oh, God, he's not in here. But yeah, he had really good numbers last week. This week his numbers aren't quite as interesting, but he does have that FedEx Cup playoffs connection, and that seems like a good thing to have based on recent winners in these playoff rounds. But he does have a connection to BMW, and the fact that it starts on his birthday, what could that mean? The other thing is consider he's a young black man, right? Well, he has some tournament experience. He's younger than Tiger. But I'm just wondering, because Tiger's big win earlier this year had a lot to do with the slavery riddle, as we talked about back then. And 2 days after this tournament ends is the special anniversary date of supposedly the 400-year anniversary of slaves in America. That's August 20th. So, and birthday equals 42. I think you know the rest of that story, but maybe he's going to do something. Maybe he's going to make a name for himself this year in the playoffs by playing strong. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Zach. I might have found a clue for the golf tournament. If you type into Google just BMW and then search it by news or filter it by news.
BFW, like Barry Frank White?
No, just BMW, like the car.
Oh, BMW, like, duh, of course. Why would I think you're talking about anything else? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So there's a trending news story about a guy who was 22 years old, and his parents got him a BMW for his birthday, but he wanted a Jaguar, so he pushed it into a river.
Talk about the ultimate spoiled kid.
Yeah, and in quotes, a lot of the articles said arrogant, like he was an arrogant guy. And arrogant sons to 94, like the big number you were talking about for this tournament.
That's funny.
And then Jaguar's 22, and he's 22 years old.
And
golf is 22.
And the name of the course and
golf.
The course and the tournament are both 79, the 22nd prime.
Yeah, maybe Jaguar like a tiger.
Whoops. Oh, that's true. Like a cat. Okay.
Yeah, do you see some of those articles with that story?
I did. Yeah, no, I got it up here on the screen. Yeah, this is great. Did they say the name of the kid?
What is his name?
No, that's what I'm wondering. Is his name out there?
I'm not able to look that closely at it.
It happened August 10th, so it happened 8 days before the tournament. You're right, though. This obviously has something to do with this.
And it says it's India. It says it happened in India.
India's 37 like playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so this happened in a town that equals 116, right? The story's coming out of this 116 town. Playoffs is 116, so is Bavarian Motor Works. So, okay, so this is definitely a clue for this tournament. Oh my goodness.
Can you see the car's kind of floating in the river? I don't know if you can see the license plate. Maybe there's some numbers on the license plate.
Well, okay, so if you do the full name, Yamunagar, India, that's probably not how you say it, but if you do the full name, it equals 153, like the Illuminati. It equals 99, like how they were established on a 99 date, plus Illinois' 99. Again, if Tiger won, he'd win 3 in 13 years. So, okay, all right, this is getting interesting here. August 10th. What's more about the date August 10th? August 10. That's the 222nd day of the year, leaving 143 days remaining. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 143. There's some clue here. It was pushed into the Western Yamuna Canal. Maybe there's a golfer with a name connection.
Is there any golfers from India? Like BJ Singh or whatever.
I was going to say BJ Singh's who I can think of, but Indian PGA player.
I don't know. I thought that was bizarre that news story was trending because, like, why would the American media be picking up some story from India? You know?
Right. But no, this is it's obvious that this is connected to the thing. So I'm sure somebody who knows more about golf might be able to connect the dots. Wait, is his name here? I need his name. Hold on. Let me read this. A 22-year-old man drove his new BMW 3 Series sedan into a canal because he was upset it was not a Jaguar, the Times of India reported. But his father disputes the account from police. Okay. Local authorities in the town, India, said the incident happened August 10th in the western Yamuna Canal, according to the report. The luxury car was a birthday gift from his parents, which they purchased. I'm just scanning for the name. Akash. Maybe that's all they're going to give us. Akash. So Akash was demanding for a Jaguar car from his father, but when his father failed to buy one, he threw away his BMW in a fit of anger. Local police official told the outlet. Sold the Innova. Yeah. His name is Akash down here too, so. Wait, they got the father's name too. Alright, hold on. Let's look at Akash. Akash is 13, huh? 13. Okay. That's that Tiger theory.
10, like 81. Doesn't Tiger Woods equal 81?
I know it's 135 in both. I know it's 54 too. It might be 81 also. 54, 50. Oh, you know what? Bavarian Motorworks is 251, the 54th prime. Tiger's 54 in both ciphers. Again, it ends on the day, leaving 135 days left in the year. Medina's 135. No, maybe it's 81 and an exception. Hold on, let me see with one of the exceptions if it is.
Or maybe it's his full name, Eldrick Taunt Woods.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
Isn't his full name 222? Like the 222nd day of the year?
His full name?
Maybe. I'm just doing all this from memory.
I forget what his whole full name is here. I'll check it out real quick. Eldrick Taunt Woods. I gotta get rid of the middle name. He does have an 81 if you use the rule with K for if you use the rule with S for Eldrick Taunt Woods. So yeah, he does have an 81 connection. And his name in reverse if you use the rule is 108, kind of like August 10th. So hopefully the car doesn't mean like the PGA threw away a Tiger Woods for the guy whose birthday it is. Could be something like that. Could be like a passing of the torch too. If they want to make this Harold Varner guy somebody. So.
Hasn't Tiger just been like withdrawing from tournaments and not even playing the full time?
Well, he hasn't played in a lot, and the ones he's played in, he hasn't done that great in. And I saw him on TV about a month ago saying how he thinks maybe he put everything into that last Masters victory. And I was like, give me a break, dude. Like, what? Like, you can never play again? I mean.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I guess my first thought was just that 94, that the Jaguar equals 94.
The father's name,
connecting to the players that have the 94 connections.
Well, I think this story is definitely a clue. This father's name in the story sums to 76, like FedEx Cup playoffs, and then it's also 41, which is the 13th prime. So, yeah, I'm going to study this story some more, but there's definitely a clue in here, and maybe it'll take till day one to pick it up. But, yeah, the arrogant headline, the one I picked up didn't have arrogant emphasized, but I have no doubt that they have that other ones out there. So,
yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up the story different way.
The one I saw was
arrogant,
Fox,
yeah.
It was
Fox News. Yeah, Fox News.
Highlighted.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost looks like they have a license plate number in the back. Yeah, well, I think that's just what we were talking about, 94 in this tournament. So we saw Arrogant does equal 94. What else did it equal one more time? Arrogant. Great eyes. 40, golf is 40, 122, the reflection of 221, and 50. Yeah, I think it's probably about the 94. All right, man. I'll keep going through it, and I'll think more about that article and see if I can come up with anything else. Appreciate it, Jeremy. Awesome eyes.
All righty. Talk to you later.
Yeah, have a good night. Thanks. Okay. I'm realizing I got to hurry up, too, because I still got to eat something before I do the radio show. But we're right at the end here. That was a great call at the end. I'm going to link that article and these notes. Oh, hold on. We're getting another call here. Caller? Caller? Hello?
Yes, no, you got it.
Yeah, you're on.
Wow, okay. I'm on the Patreon page and I'm trying to log into the live show, but real quick, I live in Florida and I recently joined up and I've been listening to you for a few months, and obviously, like anybody who knows, your work is exemplary. It's awesome, dude. It really is. But I want to be able to place a bet. I've got a real strong nose for this golf tournament starting tomorrow. But I live in Florida, and is there no online website that I can go to and place a bet online if I live in Florida? Is that correct or no?
If you have online, if online gambling is not illegal where you are,
It's not legal. No, it's not legal in Florida technically. And I tried to sign up to FanDuel. I called up FanDuel in New Jersey, and the woman I talked to, real nice, she said, no, if you live in the state of Florida, you won't be able to place a bet or register. And I'm like, what the? This is crazy, man. This is the U.S. of A. We're supposed to be free citizens, right? Which we all know is a bunch of crap. But the point of it is like, are you kidding me? I can't even place a bet online if I live in Florida?
I'm in the same predicament. Washington State is very illegal up here, and I've been nervous because I had the auditors come to my house and the FBI and everything else. So I'm like, well, if I start playing this online, I mean, is that going to draw a red flag? So, but anyway, if you do want to take a chance with it, I know there's plenty of people that still do play in states where it's illegal, and so far they've been fine. But 5dimes.eu is a pretty reputable site. So
Got it. Okay, I did come across that 5dimes.eu. Okay, so so then I am able to do it as long as I got a Visa credit card or debit card. I just log on, register, and do the whole thing, place my bet, right?
You should be able to do that, and I think they make you make a purchase of how much you want, and I can't remember if the money clears right away or it takes a period of time for them to get the credit card. So if you want to bet on the tournament, I would get it in sooner than later.
Right, and I'm on Patreon right now. Is your live show for tonight's BMW Championship? Are you doing that live right now? And
if you click the play button, you'll get in here. And we're very near the end of it, but even if you miss it, you can watch it from the beginning, and you're definitely going to want to watch it. A caller just called in with an article that's on Fox News about a kid who pushed his...
Oh, wait, let me turn this off. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, no problem, Zach. I'll let you get back to your show, and I'm actually looking at 5 Dimes on YouTube right now for PGA, so I'll listen to the show replay, and appreciate your work, bro.
All right, take care. All right, thanks. That's how far his time delay was. So he's like 20 seconds when we were talking. But I've just always heard from people that 5 Dimes is pretty reputable, so... Okay, but we are at the end of the show, and if you're getting here late, again, you can just take that red bar at the bottom. If you click on the red dot, so like we go to the far right of the red, and you click on it, that red line at the bottom, you click at the furthest part on the right, a red circle should come up, and you drag it back to the beginning, it'll just rewind the whole video. You can watch it from the start. But right before that call, just got a great tip on the article that's coding arrogant, which equals 94, just like the BMW Championship, just like how we already said yesterday, before we even knew about that news, that 94 has been huge. 5 of the last 7 winners have had a 94 connection. And down here in the long shot odds, Wyndham Clark played pretty well last week. He does have a scorecard name that sums to 94, so he definitely has a fighting chance. That's been the number, but again, there's guys up above who are a lot more likely with the 94s who have more going on. Champ is a name that equals 94. Good name to be the champ of the BMW Championship, but he would be a big old payout. Again, these are the type of guys where if you see them up there on the first day, because they're long shots, they'll probably still have pretty good odds to stay up there. Obviously, it wouldn't be like if you got them before the tournament, but again, if you just want to be more conservative and wait till day one, I mean, that's a strategy. Day one, you see who's up there, and then you go through these notes, and you're like, okay, this guy, okay, I see that guy staying up there, I see that guy staying up there, just like we've been doing. So, all right. A Long, 86 like the BMW Championship. Adam Long's also 31 the 11th prime like BMW. Soon Kang down at the bottom, 94 like the BMW Championship. Soon Kang also 31 the 11th prime. S Kang also 16. So he's a real long shot, this guy, but he's got something going on. And so again, the things that you really want to remember as you comb over these notes yourself, if you're going to do your own homework, and you absolutely should, the more set of eyes looking at this, the better. Every time I go over this, I catch something I didn't catch before. So, you put in the time, usually pays off. But I tried to get everything that I could. So, the things that you really want to remember about this tournament, 5 of the last 7 winners, 6 of the last 9 have had a connection to 94. And now it was pointed out during the show that there's this article out there about the kid who pushed his BMW in the river because he wanted a Jaguar. He wanted a better car. We just decoded that, and we saw how the numbers connected to this tournament perfectly. Plus, they emphasized 94. We're already looking at this, so now we can have more confirmation that this is probably where the riddle's at again. BMW Championship equals 169 square root of 13. I want to note here so people remember this. There might be a 13 theme. Illinois equals 99, 13 equals 99. We just saw 13 and 99 coded over that story that we just looked at in India. Again, this tournament's in Illinois, and it's Bavarian Motorworks, like how the Bavarian Illuminati was established with 13 families. And I think in that story when we were decoding the stuff in it, 153 came up, about the BMW being pushed in the river. The Illuminati is also 153. So we saw how Jason Day, who seems to have the loosest connections, the only real connections he had was through Bavarian Illuminati. So it could actually matter. If you got here late, there was a weekend last year in the NFL season where there were big tributes to the Bavarian Illuminati numbers. And I was like, So, Medina course number 3, 74 and 79. Again, the name of the tournament, BMW Championship, is also 74 and 79. So you want to remember that, because people that have the connection to the tournament and the course often do well and oftentimes are the winners. So this year, if you have a 74-79 connection, and there's only so many guys, there's actually not a lot in this decode, that could be real strong this year. This is the first year they've ever played this course, so it's the first year for this possibility. So there's not a track record to go back and go, wow, the 74-79 played huge last time, but just based on what we already know, I imagine that's going to be showing up. And Medina's 135. The tournament ends on the day, leaving 135 days left in the year. Tiger Woods has the double 135 connection. If Tiger won, it would be his 13th, or excuse me, it would be his 3rd win here in 13 years. And again, the kid pushed a Jaguar in the river. Or no. He pushed a BMW in the river because he wanted a Jaguar, which is a cat. So what I advise for Tiger is, I said, I would watch where he is on day 1. If you see Tiger Woods competing on day 1, Tiger Sunday, and that narrative wouldn't surprise me. Like I also said, Harold Varner III, one of the only other black people in the tournament, played really well last week. August 20th is supposed to be that special day, the 400-year anniversary of slaves in America. Varner III, the tournament begins on his birthday. I have a feeling we see Tiger or Varner do well, one of the two. It's possible it could be a passing of the torch kind of thing from Tiger to Varner if they're going to make Varner somebody. So, stars, sometimes stars are born overnight. And if Varner played really well through these PGA playoffs, he already played great last week. This week, the tournament starts on his birthday. If he plays well this week, then how's he play next round of the playoffs? Plays great in all 3 rounds. He's a new name, So, Medina, Illinois is also 153 like the Illuminati. And I just noticed it was 81 a second ago as well. So, really possible the 13, 99, 135, 153, these numbers matter. But the one that definitely matters based on history is 94. So, we'll learn a lot after day 1. If there's any major pattern that comes out, but I think we're on to all the primary clues. So again, comb through. Be sure to do like a Control F or whatever you have to do to search, because if you do a Control F and punch in like the number 94, then you can just scroll through. So you can find out what golfers have the 94 connections. And just because there's this many entries doesn't mean that there's this many people. There's not. It's just that the number 94 is written so many times. So recent winners. And again, then you'll just skip. Okay, so McIlroy has a 94 connection. Johnson, that name's won a lot here, Johnson. Johnson's won. Make sure it's like that last one. It took us to 294, which isn't really the 94 we're looking for. Unless it is, that's something I'll pay attention to. Is if I see like Shoffley up at the top, I'll be like, oh, okay, it began 294 days after his birthday. But actually just look for the 94s. So like Colin Morikawa. Anyway, I think you get it. So we'll leave it there. And I will continue to update this thing. So I'm going to make a new post right above this video. Just give me about 1 minute and refresh your Patreon page. Just to make sure you all have this link to this post, and I will continue to update it as I see things. And at the bottom of the page each day, I'll update after day 1, the leaderboard, day 2, so on. All right. Good luck, Truth Seeker. Be back in the morning.